Okay, chat. Okay. We got G2 on defense, we got Lev on attack, and we got the double sheriff for both teams. We're looking at the Gen G win percentage, thinking, well, they're doing something right. Plus, everyone wants to buy sheriffs anyway.
Went on for them in stage 1 in that finals. They had to battle it up from the lower bracket. They know how tough it can be. You had LEV and Valen talking about the preparation difference that they're expecting, at least at level.
TMV really punching air. Dude, I really hope TMV's on plat, chat. I will be coming in with receipts ready from that Fnatic Fnatic Clove game.
Put a pause into the step of Leviatán.
There will be a 10-minute segment dedicated to it.
How could you possibly go to B? The call is made to just take it slow and steady. A bit of contacting plays. There's a gap in the defensive protocol here. Jonah P. It's up to him to try and close that one. Still, Aspas right back in now.
I like the 2-passing clear. Yeah, and that's the spike. The 2-passing clear at heaven.
Just flanking straight from main again, but it's difficulties here. The spike's been dropped down.
They've actually managed this 4v5 situation really nicely, apart from losing the spike here. G2 allowing them to collect it. This fight is going to go on to B with no smokes.
And straight into it. Trying to take the brawl right into the fray. I see.
Whoa. Give this guy a sheriff, man. Yeah, let's see it. Let's see the last 3 kills here.
Questions about this guy's form?
Yeah, all headshots.
Of course there are going to be, with the extraordinary success we've seen from him in certain matches.
He's just on.
What a way to answer those questions early on.
Just getting better and better.
Hitting such
Oh, that second shot was lovely.
Rumors, stories about him dropping 40 in scrims and G2 choosing him above all others to fill the role of duelist. Vindicated, at least here at the beginning.
Sets it up more than nicely here.
We'll keep an eye on the pistols. Dude, I'm telling you, the head-to-head G2 Lev pistol record is ridiculous. I don't know what it is, but it's actually ridiculous. If I had to guess, I would probably say it's like a 14-4 or something around here. It's something mental. You have the stats. 20-7. Really, it can't be. I mean, yeah, with this, you might be right. 20-7.
Even making international events their first year in partnerships, but
dude, you actually have that stat ready to go. I'm believing you. That sounds about right.
Get a more stark contrast than the 2 duelists that we have. Icy is not only part of the team that's come through.
It's not right. Oh, okay.
He is a straight-up rookie.
They said they were guessing. Nah, I'm believing it.
Players have. On the other side, the duelist for Leviatán is looking to be the 2-time trophy lifter in Americas.
Trying to cement that GOAT status here. Bit of pressure definitely applied now towards these anchoring players. Valen, it's up to him to offset that. Again, plenty of bodies.
Dude, you can't get anything better than that. Just spamming and 3 people walking to your crosshair.
And Aspas will be that last one left.
It was on this map that we saw magic created from Aspas earlier on in the season. A ridiculous amount of kills.
Very nice. Yeah, get a lot of pre-fire on this. Only losing 1 gun. Very nice.
It's very easy for Valen to get a read on Lev if they use a lot of initiator utility early round to take map control. You might be thinking, okay, they have breach Fate. They should be able to take Rubble really quickly, take Mound really quickly. But if you use your double initiator util at the start of the round,
15-5.
Exactly where you're headed.
15-5 pistol-wise. So we adding this one on top, right? So 16-5 altogether in pistols. That's mental. How are you meant to win a pistol best of 5 when this is your pistol record against the team?
One's going to be used nice and early here for Aspas.
You're done.
That's TP disengaged from Valen as well.
But you got to start winning pistols, I guess.
Back up onto that line.
That's the obvious answer. Okay, LEV with the Outlaw. We only got 1 person and he can 1-shot. And we just take a straight up C default over towards A. G2, 2 people holding A. So it's going to be interesting. Have to reclear A with 2 people holding.
So having used a lot of initiator util over towards Mount, they've dragged 3 players from the defense to C, and now they're going to look to try to retake Rubble. But you see how obvious it is where Leviatán are moving around. You kind of know now that they've left C because you're hearing all of this noise on the other side of the map.
That nade goes a little bit further. That would have been incredible.
As well. 1 player to lock down Rubble. To C's at his feet. He's tethered, rooted to the spot, makes him an easy pickings target here for Leviatán. He's taking that A rubber control, and they've still maintained control.
I like this though. Trent at the moment, full vision. They haven't opened the door or anything.
This is a
like with that, Viper is on his way. Going to P.
It's all on Leaf as well. Not the weapon for the job
Ollie.
as well. There's going to be that swarm.
He doesn't get here in time.
Overwhelming him. At least with the nanoswarm still available, we'll slow them down for but a moment to try and buy time for the reinforcements.
What does he do with his molly now? Just plant the default plant?
Running for the right timing once more as the tap gone quiet. Walking into the smoke, they choose to face it. And it is overwhelming.
I like how together Lever.
Pure weaponry advantage.
It was a nice plan from them.
What a call to make in the midst of it. A world in which Valen surely doesn't
oh, he got an extra dink.
It's 2 though.
He could have got all 3.
I can't imagine it's a possibility for Trent.
But at the moment now, just damage is the one.
A little bit more winnable here. But
the first guy he meets is 5 HP. Well, should be one if he waits for the smoke.
Almost entirely to win around in this capacity, especially with time ticking away from him.
Yeah, Aspas probably shouldn't be playing like this, but still good.
5 health on Aspas, but on and off angle. Does get cleared. So that's
one.
A little more damage.
That's good enough.
Another rifle taken out of the hands. Up until they chose to fight against Valen, this was looking like an absolutely flawless anti-bonus.
This is nice.
Did invest, so he's gonna
If
have
I'm
here,
G2, I'm happy losing that round. He did enough damage to win this one.
Doing that kind of thing. Now he's going to be working with, look, light armor Stinger in this one. A lot of the Americas teams are going for these slightly more invested looks in the bonus. Doesn't make too much sense to me, but we'll see if Leaf can get value out of the Stinger. He's mostly going to be playing that Anchor C position, which you do get a lot of close range fights, especially when there's a Neon barreling into your face.
Aspas going to be trying to hunt out those opportunities and chances. Obviously,
Fair use with the Prime. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate that, mate. Thank you very much. Oh my, 1, 2, 3 people here. Hey, are they ult readable? They did this last time, right? I remember the strat and being like, oh, that's a rare strat where you send someone through with the ult. They've done this before. That's a hard read from G2. I remember this round.
And this is where Leviatán's composition.
Oh, I wonder if they're ult readable. Man, that's the easiest anti in the world. When you get teams that are ult readable, you just know you've won.
Making a good go of it though.
Trent could get pinched here. King doesn't have the paranoia, but Trent's quite alone.
Potentially there in the danger zone. The door's rotated. It's alerting a lot of G2 to the possibility that they are outside this A. Few bullets spraying away. Jonah P. Almost thinking about the timing here in this corner. Will it get cleared? It's half.
How was your life for so long?
Eventually making their go straight through into the baby door. Again, it's being shut down.
Hey, nicely done from G2. Good read into this round. Love that. Shout out to Coach. Shout out to Valen, whoever did the anti on this.
Will be no chances
Coaches, we should say.
Forced to really scurry away, save this rifle into the next.
10 seconds
what ends up winning this round for G2? Valen's read on the game. He may have a chance to deny this final rifle as well. Zeno's going to keep it in hand.
Right, chat, you lot call me cursed. You're spamming 8-1 and then he dies. Come on.
Silver lining to an otherwise very G2-focused defense there. I love the read at the beginning. They've very much focused on the fact that Lev, with the double initiator comp, are more likely to run BXX. It just suits their composition more. So Valen's there with paranoia, swings into the Neon wall, and able to isolate that. And then Valen's also there to clean up and help Trent towards the end. Stops King from being able to pinch, also takes down Tex. 8-1 before Mazzino ended up knocking him towards the end of the round.
6 assists as
well. It's going to be a bit of an uphill battle, I think, for Leviatán. Coming from that lower finals. Find disadvantage, but maybe a player like this.
Oh my god. There was no util to set this up, right? Oh. That was incredible, by the way. That reminded me of the old EG strat. You know when they used to like one flash single satchel out with Jorgamo? That's what it felt like.
To work with Mazzino throwing it to the player he knows will do the most. And they've managed to turn one rifle into 3. A 4v2 that now looks extremely difficult. Con playing for the jiggle, getting info on Leaf. It's almost a save. You're looking at the economy for Trent and Jonah P. They need the rifles into the next round.
The money's been struggling, I think, despite the fact that G2 are ahead in rounds. They've been
that
one or
is
two players basically at most.
that is just having one individual that is an absolute monster.
As much. And normally he's got
That's
that
why you give him a hero gun.
Clean headshot aim. Here, barrels his way forwards, takes a 2v1, deletes both players, spraying with a Phantom. Absolutely beautiful.
It's the kind of firepower you get from a player like Aspas. He himself as well said many a time.
Oh.
There you go. Damage done through the wall there, I believe.
You go down?
It was only King that was dropped. Just about missed it, but this is a player on your screens that, you know, he's yearning for that trophy himself. He's one of the only players left standing in the playoffs that even has a chance of claiming back-to-back from the prior year. 2023 lifted that America's trophy.
What was this?
Yeah.
Holy, look at that.
I mean, the spray control onto Jonah's swing as well.
Yeah, and the flash gave him confidence. Didn't get anyone, but
that's turned the map.
dude, the commit to the spray is
not ideal here for G2. Even that early bit of damage. Leaf dropped down to just 10 HP. Has to respect that now. The angle's given up out towards C.
There.
Can there be a player on G2 that steps up in the same kind of way to win a Thrifty and answer back? Terra taken down, and
where are we
little
at?
response to that.
Two.
No immediate execute into B. So
Outlaw
G2
can one shot everyone apart from Icy. Icy has his ult. LEV has their ult. I mean, they didn't use this in the eco rounds.
But understandable when Icy's only working with a sheriff. But a showstopper might be.
I'm a little bit worried that they're very easy to read from ults.
Got a bit of a read on
So we'll look into this.
Additional pressure behind that utility. Where are they going to end right now? Probably into Leaf and Valen.
Yeah, into Leaf and Valen. Wait a second.
Indecision with 40 seconds left. I'm not feeling great about this from Lev's point of view. They're going into Icy with a showstopper.
It's worked though. G2.
Yeah, a little bit of damage.
Icy's going to be left, and you are
A little
right,
bit of sound pressure. God, do you use the ult at 20 seconds? You shouldn't really, but
facing him, reveal time, and no way to Sheriff. Not even any time to let loose with the ultimate, but still with that weapon in hand. Maybe
big Jewel, that's a spike. Big Jewel coming up here. Aspas needs to go through and get the spike. Oh my god, he's an absolute hero. That's ridiculous. How many rounds is this guy going to win them? Oh, he has no time to flash back. No, he went for the flash back instead of planting. Oh, it's a melon moment.
I think King had time to get the plant down if he'd wanted to plant in an unsafe position, but he chose to tuck himself in as tight as he could.
He could have been safe here. He could have, no joke, been safe and trusted in his teammate. That's like the only play, but he went for the Omen flash.
With Riven Van Silly saying he's learned so much this year in terms of his calling, but when the pressure's applied to that kind of degree, there was mad indecision in that round.
Yeah, look at that.
With 45 seconds
Don't be
to
doing
go,
that,
they
bro.
wanted to see execute. They realized they hadn't cleared out Rubble enough, so they were thinking
and we're already
about
starting
G2
to see finals. Everyone wants to
hesitation,
win, and that's when the pressure's at its most.
culminating
People making mistakes.
G2 straight back in the driver's seat.
Dude, I can't believe Aspas made that winnable, by the way. It was ridiculous that he got a double kill there. It's a shame it didn't actually amount to anything.
Everybody scurries and backs away from it, so at least LEV can slow it down and be happy with that, but now going to have to make a play to potentially re-clear out a Rubble just to make sure it's not.
We've got 3 people that can't buy next. We've got only Aspas who decides to get the op out. Dude, I don't think they've ever attack opt on this.
The person that you want to be making space for you, picking up a weapon that runs counter to that. This has got to be a slow round to make a pick work for Aspas, but you've only got 50 seconds
the problem with
left
this, especially for people that watched a year at T1, is by the time you want to go somewhere, it ends up being 30 seconds. If you haven't got a pick because they don't give you a pick, and then you got to force into a site where there's been no pressure and there's no util. I mean, there is util up.
At least with the Nightfall, it's all going to be combined, concatenated in to see if they
There's
can
the
get
util that I'm talking about. Does at least throw the op over towards Tex.
But again, if I take it straight into the smokes, it's so damn disjointed.
Oh my god, they don't. Surely. Big nade. Can they still get the plant down?
But nobody's watching these angles at all. Tonta, Aspas and Tex, they're going to try and stave off the aggression, stave off G2. But it's inevitable at this point. Surely Tex can't do it.
Hey, I mean, nicely done from G2 here. And yeah, this was the op kind of wrecking them a little bit. No joke, that
Another moment where the
you can save yourself a lot of time if you ever want to watch T1 games. That was a T1 round there on attack. Just load time so everyone can't get good positions. They did eat the fatal, and then the door opened, and then it looked like no one was kind of aware for the door, even though it should come up on the minimap. Yeah, they definitely didn't realize the door was open. We're getting back-to-back mistakes at the moment. The spike fumble on B. No one looking at the door on the minimap. Someone was already dead. That guy needs to call that.
Couldn't claim that I saw exactly who was typing it, but whichever team saying, you know, let's take A, let's play for A control. So
yeah, a lot of pings on the minimap by Leviatán, at least even now.
Yeah,
sitting in their timeout. So out towards.
But it didn't hit everyone, right?
These angles that potentially they want to make sure are covered.
You know you've got a large LED screen.
How many people did the ult hit?
The dead pixels.
Yeah. Gets expensive otherwise. So at least
it was a 5-person ult? Wait, really?
Beautiful look for these two teams coming out as well with the trophy there too.
Oh yeah.
More than one?
And that's what both of these teams are fighting for. Listen, it might look like an amalgamated piece of metal, but it is important.
Oh boy, kind of reduces the person that you can blame there then. Down to the one.
I don't mean that in a negative way as well. I do quite like our trophy.
It's a beautiful trophy. Yeah. It really is.
This goes here.
Op Odin, G2. Trent taking his position in tree. Plenty of opportunities to get use out of that weapon. They can turn the walls to paper.
And Aspas are just going to use his ult for this one, so big buy round.
If Trent can get
Icy now has the op, Trent has Odin.
These two weapons are going to cause Lev trouble. And look, Lev wanted to take A control, and G2 wanted to fight them for it.
Immediately going to be feeling the pressure, aren't they? Straight from the Odin spam. Hailing down with a lead. It's another wall.
Com died before the ult. Yeah, he's got to call that.
The door opened up. Trent second guessing, backing away now.
Yeah, good break on the horn from Lev, because otherwise that Odin would have rattled out.
He's still staying vigilant.
I would love to know the timing of it. Maybe he still wasn't in the dead. I mean, I'd have to watch it back. Who knows?
Having to give up this space. To the corner this time, Jonah Pete not into the usual one here.
We got 3 people on A right now. They got Omen, Flash, Nade, Teva.
Slight pause from Lev. They're just hoping that there's some initial util going to be used out and through. Teva and Prowler in through the back, clears out most of it, dropping down.
What a save! Your shot from Trent. Yeah, guy gets out of there knowing that util's going to get dumped.
G2 looking to play this one strongly together. King risk to be taken out through the back. Com going for flanks and finds it. At least rewarded.
Shots.
King on for another. Everybody
oh, look at the shots, man. Oh my god. Aim gods.
The retake shut down before it even begins.
Everyone won their 1v1s.
Left reeling, and Leviatán at least one step closer.
Yeah, and they pick up the op back. Oh no, I'm not sure that's a good thing.
Huge round from Com as well, finding that value. Great read on where the G2 players were going to be coming from and the timings they were going to take too. When Aspas overstepped, there was the potential for this post plant to crumble. But Com was there for 2 very important kills, controlling stairs and that flank.
He did everything.
If Com loses either of those duels, suddenly it's on for G2. Surely not. Another time.
Okay.
Back to back, basically.
To the other side of things. Not liking what the game plan was potentially being called here. Josh has got some strong words potentially for the team.
He's just spoken to them. Bear in mind, you know, when Lev take a timeout, Josh can still have input. But of course, G2, everything was working fairly nicely.
Yeah.
Apart from that thrifty round where
might have been something over towards A.
What's a coach going to tell you to do there?
I thought they were going to use more util to stop plant here, but
sure. But here, needing that time to talk to the team, right the ship. G2 are going to be going into the next with a thrifty.
Dude, I really miss having the info here. It helps so much.
Be exceptionally strong on the defense side, maybe even stronger because of the potential to flood defend or set retake behind Aspas, who's going to send it on the neon with double initiator util.
Yeah, I mean, I agree strongly with that. Really, the overall rule book of Lotus, the way we are used to it playing out, very strong in terms of the attack side and calling. When you see these different comps being ran out, Lev very strong with the retake protocols. rewriting what we might be expecting here. G2
little hero judge on Leaf over towards C.
Straight up. It's a skirmish that they are trying to force the handoff here. This is the aftershock into the corner.
Yeah, not too bad though. I mean, they spot a lot. They spot a lot, but that's kind of fine. That's almost what they want. Yeah, instant reaction. Can we get a smoke here so that he can actually play around with the judge?
Stalls out those rotators, and it's only Leaf.
Yeah, still, it's got a funny gun, the silly gun into
Wait, is the overview ahead of the...
Dropped in the process, a lot of damage onto
Is the overview ahead of the main first person?
It's a big ult.
That was nuts. I saw him running twice.
Just to push them back and away, they are in through the back of the site.
This is a big risk from King and Tex. Remember, you're on an anti-eco. If they fall, the round falls with them.
Still, they've got
damn, so Prius is doing delayed observing, and he's still missing kills.
To be rattled here with the satchel, not enough to offset the movement. Standard just Leaf as well. He's open into the sight lines of all.
Yeah, nicely done from Lev. This was a good reaction though, right? They just see the numbers over towards 4, insta group up, insta hit. Everything was nice from them.
I think Leviatán will feel great about that round as well. Getting the lockdown out of G2. You can understand why Leaf went for it. It did cause a bit of disruption to what Leviatán were up to.
Yeah.
But in the end, the ult not finding the round victory. So not available for the future, not going to be available for the rest of this half. It feels very much to me like these two teams are still trying to get the read on each other.
Odin could melt them here. It's kind of on their heads.
Already over almost.
The back and forth.
Yeah, not too much. And the attack op is actually finding him value. A very early kill. I mean, they knew the op was here, right? I don't think he'd be doing that.
There's a fault line to push them back as well once more. Lev again cascading this util forwards, making sure that they can scale up and take deep control throughout the back of the site here, and they're going to be applying that pressure once more. G2, they were ready for this last time, a bit of an aggression, but there's that extra element of flash.
Dude, that was sick, man. He ended up just being a pure decoy. I respect that he made himself hard to hit. Shout out to King that had the timing down. It's kind of nice though. Like, it's kind of nice because they have to look at the guy that's out in the open, so you know they're going to eat the flash. Whoa, that was fast though. That was a fast transfer onto the second kill.
Forcing the fights, trying to pick those timings. Get hold of G2 before the retake can happen, and they plummet them again to another thrifty.
Second to last round into the half.
Yeah, we're going fast on this one. Tex now gets the op, so we really want to send it. I like the level changed it up a little bit. I didn't like that slow round, but ever since then they've been speeding it up. I felt like that second timeout from G2 kind of helped Lev a little bit because they're going a lot faster.
They will be making their way over towards the A side. Trent. It's an off-angle Prowler though. Alerts into his position here. Might be feeling a ton more of that pressure where it came from. Again, the Prowler.
Poor Trent, man.
Just narrowly again. There's a fault line at his
oh my god. Oh, Prowler didn't hit him,
here,
and he has a smoke to play around.
With the plant. Haven't cleared up back site. Second wave of things now. Leviatán trying to go for it, and inside the smoke they go.
I stun and like nice distraction. This guy making sound, silent walk-in.
Now still, Sheriffs in hand, but it's overwhelming again and full committal hive mind mentality.
It's so interesting because they're like, I've never seen a team really like heavy hold this or a team heavy take this as much. We're getting so many jewels at the back of sight.
Very recently, G2 2-0. Knock Leviatán down, earned themselves the right for
probably the most time we've ever seen that many jewels at the back of sight here.
Lev are on fire individually, coming up with the right adaptations on their attack side. One more chance.
In every single time there's someone from Lev like taking the hit to enable the second person behind them. That jump there wrecks their aim. They love fighting there. Yeah, it's madness in this box.
This will make it a lot easier to allocate where the bodies might be, where the players need to play over towards the map.
Lev really changed up a lot on this.
Also online though, this rolling thunder is going to force the issue here for G2.
It's surprising, man. They didn't have too much time to
but this time G2 not shying away from the fight once more, but there's pivot options here available. Not even a minute mark left onto the round itself here, and the door just
double?
waiting. Now's the time to strike! Leave!
Yeah. Surely we drop one of these offs now.
Apart, just from the side, Aspas still just causing all sorts of a bit of mischief. Leaf still locking down this extremity. They do not know how to navigate this scenario whatsoever. It's gone to pot for G2 though. In control of it, still not expecting it. Mazzino slipped his way in through tree once more, but only one left to stand on
1v3,
his
40
neck.
seconds. He's
With an
got
operator
a
in his
lot of
hands.
time.
Hunting for the rifle, noise being made. Cage is down and away. He's looking for a way to slip past. Potentially,
30
eyes of
seconds
G2
left.
players, a 1v3. Would be
Icy
a miracle
should
to
have him.
pull this one off. Icy, ever vigilant. 6-6 is going to be that finish that we
Not
see
a
here
bad
for the first
half in the
of
end.
Lotus.
Switching sides.
I loved how G2 were ready for that pivot through B.
What's better than one
Throwing
up?
the
Yeah,
paranoia
just get
at
the
same
double
time
out.
as Leaf, ready to take contact. The A hits were working for LEV. Their aggression in the post plant threw G2 off. But in terms of the slower pace play and the maneuvers around the map, Valen was still a step ahead. And now he's got the
Yeah,
opportunity
it just felt like
to take hold of this game.
just
on
felt
the
like a
attack
can
side.
we avoid Jonah P?
Hasn't been so far. It's been anyone's game
And, attack.
at all. We're going to be finding out just who takes Lotus after this.
Chat, I gotta mute this. Gotta mute that one. Pretty good half. Yeah, I think both teams will take this half, to be honest. Not a fan of the Neon op. At least they like learnt from. They had like that one round where they got a little bit wrecked from time. Then they learnt from it. That's always good. Oh really, Sims? Yeah, that's kind of sick. Maybe in a couple of years, you never know. Absolute silence. Yeah, I apologize. Here you go.
I'm here by Khalil from Fura from Brazil. Of course, I want to know from him what he thinks about G2 and Leviatán. Who is going to win? Então, Khalil, quem que você acha que vai vencer? G2 ou Leviatán? Você tem favorito?
Mano, eu tô torcendo pra Leviatán particularmente, porque pô, eu gosto muito dos caras de lá, eles jogam muito bem. Eu acho que vai ser um jogaço, porque os dois times eles estão vindo de uma fase muito boa. E eu também, a gente estava treinando contra a G2 quando a gente estava nos Estados Unidos, os caras estão jogando muito bem, o individual coletivo muito bom. Então, mas eu acho que vai dar Leviatán.
So he said that he's supporting Leviatán because he really likes the guys from there, but he said that G2 is also in a really good phase. Of course, it's going to be an amazing match, a very close one, but he thinks Leviatán will win this match. So, sending back to you now, guys.
So mixed expectations there, and of course, you know, Khalil's going to be rooting for the team of Aspas on. You got to, you know,
Yeah.
of course. Listen, he's one of the only Brazilians left, really, here in our playoffs. So why not going to go for it? And that trophy is what everybody is setting their eyes on.
I'm looking forward to this half coming up. When G2 played against LEV, it was Valen's attack side calling that really set the entire tone of the game. He was impeccable in terms of avoiding Aspas and shutting down that superstar. Best duelist in Americas. I think strong argument for best player in the world right now as well. But in the game against G2, despite the high numbers, the impact was lessened because Valen always found the gap.
Valen's attack side calling will be on display yet again here, beginning for the pistol round.
Yeah,
13
insta
of
clear.
Lotus. Jonah P.
We're doing
Potential for the
BC
punish.
default,
He
or
wasn't careful, he was just sat right into the one-way, but now backing away, and Mr. G2, as per usual.
dude, normally
take
you'd have
this
someone
one.
here. Are they just
A
sending
bit
it?
of caution in their step. Potentially hearing that jump spot as well.
Contacting over towards B because they don't have the Viper. It works out pretty well.
Into the corner!
And always
What
take
is
the
that
3
shot?
angles.
Very nice, he's just coming straight back at him, man. Aftershock in. Probably seeking to delay and deny at least his plan, as well as that paranoia. Sweeping past and away. Come to play off of it. And the rest of his team now flooding straight back and through. Still, G2 They have the
Yeah,
angles.
nicely handled.
They buy their time and wait to strike back, and leaving it just now to Mazzino, and a 1v3 here, just for the pistol. Util out into the hand, but straight
Hey,
into
double
two.
pistol for G2.
Waiting with open
The
arms here,
record
G2 happy.
continues to get worse. Just a nice idea from G2. They've been one of the better teams that are looking at this breach. Well, just as a blanket statement, they're one of the better teams at looking at a comp and working out their weaknesses. No wall over towards B means it's like easy to prod. If you get sheriffs, you got the better guns.
Nice this is as well. LEV staying inside of the smoke, swinging out in an anti-flash position. Valen also playing the same on the other
17-7.
to shut down that retake
Respect, man.
attempt. We're going to be seeing
It's almost as good as the G2 pistol record.
Just one example
17-5, you guys are saying, right?
Drilled when it comes to those flood defense protocols.
Danger.
And with a lot of bodies, yeah, the danger. It's mounting here. Despite the fact that LEV are really only working with the pistols. They can't give up that gun. That's got to be reclaimed, and at least it is. So, getting a move on now.
How many people did they actually see from Leviatán? They'll start adding it up as they see the utility and footsteps coming through. Do they know for sure, though, that C is open? Still using Prowlers. They might think this is more of a 1-4 setup.
Yeah, it's hard to retake
But it
this,
was all
though.
5 players from
And they
Lev
know
just
they can get the
standing
good
in same
plant.
spot.
And
Plants
it's
up the mountain
just
top.
gonna probably be
Aggression into
seeing
spawn
this
here,
a
though, is
lot.
dangerous.
Absolutely.
Because planting here
Here's an
just
eco
is
round.
not as risky
This
anymore. We've got
feels
no
like
Viper
it
smoke
might
to
just
block
hand over a
here,
couple
so it
of
means the
guns.
smoke of the Omen normally goes here, which
Yeah,
means
feels
they
like
have
a
then
nice
no
way to
smoke to actually defuse. You get
Make a
smoke onto the
charitable
site.
donation with the
Rarely
bulldog
will you
and
have
the
2
stinger.
smokes on the retake, so playing and getting this plant is going to be like a big win condition for G2 if
Just
they
a little
can keep
bit to
doing it.
push Leviatán out of the picture, but now they're going to be swarming back in. Not feeling disincentivized here. I see. He's the one who wants to receive
Shot.
most of this. Still stunned up. That util again. It is potent into the right
Yeah,
hand.
and this is a
G2
smoke that I said.
don't know how to
And
use
then
it.
as
Alongside
long as
the
they
guns that
delay
they've got
long
as
enough,
well.
this smoke will go, and then
Massive weaponry advantage here.
you have no extra smoke to block.
Running back into the
They're never
fight
going to be able
as
to
well.
defuse.
Just donating a few more of these kills. It's an expensive round
That
here.
incredibly
Despite the
expensive
win,
round.
Everybody falls.
Yeah, shout out to Tex, man.
G2 denied Tex from getting
That
the
is,
ace against them.
That's some damage.
But you're right, that's extremely expensive. Had they just backed up towards the end, they could have still saved 3 pieces of weaponry. Sure,
Yeah.
a bulldog would have gone missing, but this is going to be a next round where G2 are essentially on a full eco. Can't bonus, can't really full buy into it either. You're not feeling confident about it anyway.
It's a bargain bin buy. Look at that. I mean, you got the Buckies, the Stingers, a bit of a sheriff in the mix. Rifle in the hands of Leaf.
And so that 4K from Tex, extremely important because it should give them this round.
No one shot the fade eye properly, right? So they get full info there, they
crazy
create
things with that
pressure over
weapon.
towards A.
Playing Bucky.
And they're going back on the
tapping the
bonus,
door
it's
here,
literally
very
just
confident in
prodding
his
over
own
towards B,
abilities,
just
looking
taking the jaws.
To fight over
And again,
towards
we've got
Mountain,
no
but
vision block
also
here,
clear
so they can
this
just
front area
hold
B at the same time.
the angles
G2
pretty
found a
well.
bit of a gap.
That's a lot
Yeah,
to
this
watch
one
for
they
here, but
send
again,
it in.
Bucky into the face and into the
Send
gap.
it in with the Bucky, oh my
He
god.
did not stand a chance. He's made mincemeat.
That's nice.
And now the rest of his team by his side once more. The same util going to be flooding out back and through here by Leviatán.
It is looking like a bit of a masterclass at the moment from G2.
Ricochet's backing away. Push them back. Gives that space for Trent to at least get the plant down. Extension now.
Hard
Into the
retake.
post plant we go. With all that space afforded to
No
him, it
pressure
doesn't
over
really
towards
matter.
door
The
here.
weaponry is
I mean,
now
Leaf
pushed
should win
towards
this
where they
round just because of
thrive.
that. They're going to take too long and then Leaf just wins the round,
G2
you would
more than
imagine.
a handle onto it. Paranoia just could not quite be dodged. Icy still weaving in and out of that smoke again, and as the double face comes through, decay
They
damage.
even
Enough for the cleanup.
they
Jonah
even
P
heavy
in
prioritize
action.
like who's playing where with the guns. The drilled
G2.
team. It's a really drilled team.
Monstrous call when they were basically working with almost nothing. It was just a bunch of scraps coming into the round here. But it walked away with a win when Lev had all the money, all the advantage.
Icy has been such a low-buy warrior for them on Lotus.
Yeah, the send in Bucky was really
He's
cool.
delivered huge impact. And then also Bucky in hand takes down Tex, who got the 4K to set up this massive economy advantage for Leviatán. And in terms of the strategy on the B hits, I love the way that Icy nades to counter the
The
breach
1% that
flash,
Leaf is
and then
talking
they
about,
follow that
yeah.
up with
I think he has way
Jordan
more
Easy
impact than
fight
1%,
for
but
all.
it is just what you
And
say,
so
like
when
just trying
Aspas
to
eventually tries
clean
retake,
everything up, just the small
they've
little
taken
differences
so
to
much of that decay damage.
make sure that you can win the rounds. But
Lovely.
he has so many 1%s that he
Vipers
adds
in
like
the
a,
past.
like the
You
coach
know,
adds a good amount to
Viper
G2, man, you can
multiple
see.
spots,
They're
picking it
so
up,
prepped.
relocating it, that's not possible anymore. You've got to pick and choose the spot for
Yeah, it
that
was a good
very
example, yeah.
carefully.
Just having like the guns in the right place.
You see Jonah throwing that more standard
Push
setup,
Fish
so that
420.
he's
Thank you so much
creating
with
a lack
the
of
4 months,
information
man.
to Lev on A.
Appreciate the prime.
Bit of urgency. It forces Com to take the initiative. Maybe use a bit of util.
Thank
but
you
again,
very
you
much,
can
man. Appreciate the
feel
4
how
months.
difficult it is for him. The rest of G2 as well. Going a bit of exploration out towards C Mount.
The high-low setup might be a little difficult to break here. Nazino, Aspas on top of each other. And Aspas the one you're least likely to have good crosshair placement for. He's got a Vandal in hand.
Ready to do some damage. He's praying that anybody walks right into that cross. The setup, the high-low that you were discussing.
3 people towards
Pointing
C.
out, might get his wish momentarily here.
Could be
G2
okay.
don't have the
Higher,
intel.
lower.
Not ready for this one still. They do have the
Yeah,
bodies,
higher,
they're
lower,
up
they
for
get
that
out of
first
there.
kill.
Double stun as
Go on their
well.
way. Leaf dropping, they want nothing to do with this.
As long as they don't...
Doors opened up though, looking for a pivot potential options again.
Whoa,
no
whoa, whoa, whoa,
clear attacks, but luckily saved there by the teammates again. The call is made.
A
Lev,
great
that
reaction
is
from Lev,
explosive.
knowing they can just send it over towards B and they got to
A
activate
fight
with the
taken
3
straight
people
up
here. They go
Com.
aggro. It's really
Head on the
cool.
swivel, doesn't know which way to look, but he was spotted out by these players. TP's forwards, Valen making
Do
risks of his own.
they
There
check
has to
Jonah
be.
P?
It's a 2v4 situation. Tucked to the corner.
Oh,
Jonah
dear God.
P.
Oh, he sees his
Winning
gun.
out with just
Yeah, he
slowly
followed
into the
him.
corner and
Shout out,
cleans
shout out to King,
That's
man.
where Com is. Valen will drop him.
30
12
HP.
seconds remaining though. He's got to get a move on and he's
a
going to be
rough one.
chased now hot
10
on the
seconds
heels.
left.
The rest of Leviatán going to be ready to punish this one. It's a tap and avoid. He's hoping for an easy fight as well, but at this point, no more options to him. Leviatán.
A good reaction from them. Good good setup as well.
Around here. And again, it's one where they just didn't quite have the weaponry for it.
Good reads on the defense side. G2 head towards C, straight into that high-low setup, and then Tex is further forward.
But they know they're gonna heavy prioritize C and B. Like if you play G2 and you're using a no Viper comp, they're rarely gonna go A against you.
The breakable door to A.
They might have to if you like show that you can shut down these sites.
Barely a gap
But
here.
at least for the start of it, they're not gonna go with like they're gonna go for the weakness of no smoke here, no wall here.
I see. Has earned his way up to the ultimate at least.
What's my region going into rank? Right, into champs, I have no idea, man. Champs is sick. It's so stacked. We've never had a champs like this. So many teams can win.
Towards from B or even A. Fog of War getting cleared up ever so slightly for Leviatán to make all sorts of plays now running into these players, but sound
Yeah, I don't really know.
Aspas. Maybe not actually. Maybe just a game of timings that he might have missed, but he's sticking around.
He did this last time and then he backed up.
The Prowler faces into it as well. Stray bullets not enough for the kill. He's going to be lucky to be alive.
How many teams can win? We're looking at like 7-8 at the moment, I think.
Over here towards A. This could still end up.
Let's we'll maybe talk about when we get the groups.
Yeah, nobody caught.
Out and over Haunt as well.
You know that the
See what kind of
C-site
groups
is
we
free
get.
there because of the ultimate thrown out from Trent, and especially due to Valen doubling up.
Aftershock, delaying. 35 seconds left. Neon wall into the side.
Yeah, I love this though. We've got to keep an eye on Jonah P. Yeah, he can activate. It's just whether the guys on sites can delay, and if they really want to win it, Icy's got to put the ult. And I think he's got to wait instead of going for a kill. Yeah, I think he messed up. Yeah, you always got to wait there. You got a lurker. You got to wait so he can activate, so he doesn't have to rush his kills. Yeah, they're still so fine because Jonah P and Valen are beasts, but he got bailed out a little bit.
He's avoiding it, trying to isolate it, find these fights on an individual basis. Jonah P. He's taken out, but can't claim the second Valen.
Big round, yeah. Valen bailed him out a little bit there.
He'll seal that one up. 10-7 now, sitting at that scoreline.
What a round.
Valen, he's fragging insanely heavy.
3 the difference here as G2 get to double digits. Valen at 21 kills. That showstopper just designed to try to buy time. But Icy went forward, forced out, no kill. Jonah had to do a lot, picking up 2 on his lurk. And that's the advantage of Valen's attacks like calling to insert people into these positions. If the Nightfall catches 2 or 3 on C, he can always go back over to A and fill that space that Jonah P's created very easily.
We're starting to see how the no Viper is making it a little bit hard for some of these retakes as well.
The ace up his sleeve.
Haven't been great on the retakes.
Back foot again. It has taken miraculous rounds, honestly. Think back to how they first got into this game with Aspas spraying down 2 with a hero Phantom kept. And it feels like LEV keeping into this one, keeping the gap somewhat close by relying on those miraculous plays.
Oh, absolutely. And that first half performance, I think, as well, really necessitates it. But you know, cast your minds back to when G2 and LEV last played. G2 kind of dismissed them almost as well, and it was mainly off the back of these attack side calling and performances. It was the outplaying. It felt like Valen had access to all the information, and you almost see it repeat here.
Aaron 3560, thank you for the tier 1. Appreciate the 4 months.
At least still, but this is a G2
doing a champs power ranking video. Yeah, I'll probably do some kind of video. I'll probably be on Plat Chat doing something similar as well. I'll see what they've got planned before I do anything. I mean,
this, where huge ults are online, economy's back. But don't count out this international super team. They've been given that label early on in the year for a reason. Before we
Aaron again, thank you very much for doing that.
Just based on the talent on the roster. And with
Cameron to stun into spend.
It's really disguised.
Cam's going to be dropped. Bit of damage as well.
You see that neon stun though? You know it's Aspas. If there's any hero rifle, it will be on him. I think it's the right call to go in a different direction.
Yeah. Jump spot and a shot fired. Kingdo trying to bait him in here with a jiggle peek as well, but he's at least rattled away, revealed a little
tanked
bit.
the molly, but a really good flash from him. Oh my god, 1 HP. Calculated, I guess.
We're seeing it here. Leaf still just maintaining control of that B main.
Oh my god.
Jump spots away.
Mazino, you gotta stay alive, dude. Oh my, there is so much madness going on everywhere.
In through the map.
3v5.
At least take this one with the body advantage into the guns. And I see
not too much time on this, but a lot of low HPs. Very nice from Lev. Came in with 2 guns, pick up 2 more.
Another round where Leviatán pull it out with tiny pieces of weaponry. How do they keep finding value in these moments?
Yeah, do you even want to try go towards A after this stuff?
Defense for Lev, and both in remarkable fashion.
I feel like the C and B site is so weak that I would only A default at the beginning. I don't think you need to retake over towards A yet. Especially as you see 2 people there.
Flips again. Lev with the rifles. Lev with the better weaponry.
Yeah, I would go out early if you're going to go out.
Finally capitalize on one of these opportunities afforded to them and get back into the game on even footing rather than having to rely on winning the thrifties.
It's big.
Nice from Lev though. They set up Aspas over towards C solo. The breach is on the rotate. You can see that Lev, after shutting down early A, thinking that it's going to be a B. That's where they're having a good amount of success. They stack 2 here with 2 kill trips.
You see the positioning of King of Tex on the B site. They're hoping that this is fake A pressure that will lead to a pivot, because that's how G2
that's a nice camera.
Get the best value out of their light weaponry.
Play positioning of Lev as well, indicating that they're expecting Aspas still holding
They're
it down.
thinking ahead for Icy's ult. 4 away.
Here with a fault line and a peak. Coleman's trying to take this fight.
Whoa.
A little bit whiffy, and maybe.
Oh, and they get a free breach all out of them with no one to capitalize other than the space. And they walk onto A site. Oh boy, Mazino is in trouble.
And now he's tucked himself into essentially a one and done.
Oh no, just not expecting it.
It was a great call though. Like G2 reacted incredibly well.
It's looking inevitable for G2 to
Oh,
wrap
that's
this
a
one up.
hard retake, man. You got Omen flash. Got it.
Again. Sound like a stuck and
They gotta
broken
go
record
around here.
Would have to be a miracle text to
Yeah, they
cover
gotta go around and
into
open the
space.
door.
I see. Playing a forward, approach position. Open to somebody who just walk straight into it. Still the nano swarms. First wave of things. There was no tap onto the spike again, but time is going to be running it short and shy away from the mark for them.
Yeah, it's way too late once they realize.
Bit of a pincer play here. It's a Paranoid that sweeps through alongside the door opening up and a wide. Icy looking to relieve that pressure again, but they are cleaning up still these through players into the back. But again, the spike is ticking. It's gone away from them. A lack of control at the time on the clock.
I will say, if we're being super critical to Lev, like their retakes at the moment, they like, this is pretty nuanced just because it's the Viper ult, right? That's like one of the only times where you need to go around and open the door. But we saw something similar over towards B, right, where they didn't do any B pressure of the door here. Like, some of these rounds, they don't understand
favored.
what they have to be prioritizing to actually like win the retakes.
I understand why he goes for the ultimate, to relieve the pressure, to buy time for Tex to come in and help.
Like that's two examples in this game. That's too many. Too many.
Work with, rather than taking a step back, that's just a plain old mistake.
Yeah, obviously the kills and the breach all, and the person not reacting over towards here was wrong also, but
G2, they looked to overwhelm him, but that delayed re-hit from LEV, the re-clear again, it did at least overpower them. So G2 now going to be still a player down, not that it stopped them in the past.
4-player stack from LEV on Rubble. They're clearly having a game plan here to drive G2 into sight. Aspas! And into the Aspas op.
Exactly, the one to deliver that.
but it's a good way of doing it when they've been trying to take the like 50-50 duel over towards B.
Maybe creating some openings again.
But he has no idea this guy's towards heaven. Lovely, dude. He was calm with this. You see G2 again, just trying to make sure they're trying to get the bomb that we talked about earlier over towards Mound.
Calm and collected under the pressure of it.
Yeah, that was real chill of Mazzino.
Team's still down, but they're going to look to tighten things.
And a shot baited out.
What a great round. Yeah, he's going in for another breach ult. He wants redemption for the breach ult.
On an individual basis, I mean, dead impressed with this guy's gameplay, I think, all throughout the playoffs.
Mazzino and Valen both having enormous impact with their rifling and finding value in scrappy situations. Again, mirrored with the fact that it was a bit of an error from Mazzino.
That was a lovely little reset.
That opened the door.
Great game, Valen. It's been solid.
With the lows. G2 once again are on a thrifty round. This is where I feel like a broken record here, Brett. LEV cannot be taking the same level of risks in these kind of rounds.
And so close again.
Yeah, they see so many. Omen flash into wall spam. That's nice. Okay, just don't hand deliver them a gun. Okay, at least everyone's committed. That was nice. That was a good call.
Leviatán.
Bro, the crowd's crazy today.
They're certainly improving them.
I like it. They play together, they play aggressive. Overwhelm.
Yeah, they did great.
When Aspas goes deep, there's players behind. And Con finding great value off the back of a horn that wasn't broken. So now that lead narrows to just one. For G2 to close this out, they're going to need some of that.
Money diff is pretty unsure.
Anytime it's an early round clash, LEV are in the lead.
LEV are in a good spot. Win this round, maybe they're up to 12.
Smoking middle again from G2.
Well, yeah, outwise. LEV has all IC1 away, so you would imagine right now we have some kind of punish for this, and we do. It's tap of the spike, Omen flash, tap.
He's got the operator. It's not even like he's got a rifle lockdown.
Ooh.
No raise on the other side. No
yeah,
raise
and we didn't
for
have time
Aspas
to do
deny
this.
You have
We
to respect
just...
it.
Wait, King got annihilated running out of there as well.
Into action.
That's okay, he's around the corner.
Can't play into it.
Is it okay?
So quick. In through the back lines, looking to at least alleviate this one. Make it just
the slowest move away from a nade ever.
Finally committing to this plan as well, with the door opened wide and around. Tex making a peek and a thing for it still with a showstopper in through the back. No casualties there, but again, this has fallen to pieces here for Leviatán.
Dude,
All eyes once more.
they have so much money, they can just go for it.
Through the back of the site, afforded a bit of that space once more, but again, the obstacles they have to navigate are numerous indeed. It's a seize. Laid out on top, at least with Icy going to be removed. Now the Nightfall as well. In through behind.
Wait.
Mazzino.
They have no vision block, by the way.
Point and click adventure game, but can't manage it.
That's why you gotta be on that spike, I think. Oh, it's so unlucky.
Time is completely against them.
All of that investment, too late for Leviatán. G2 keep
Honestly,
it simple.
I think Aspas there, he would have had time to kill them and run over there.
Valen throwing the Omen
I think it actually was fine. I think he just had to hope he didn't get traded.
Making sure that Aspas couldn't play there. Push ICD. He controls the space with the nade, with the ult. And at that point, the round is pretty much sealed up. LEV do their best to try to get into things, but I think it was an overinvestment in the end from the Nightfall, because the time was just not there.
Yeah.
You can tell that this is not just a playoff game,
But their retakes
but a game for a trophy.
their
because you're seeing
retake percentage must be crazy low.
But also making those small errors.
It was like G2 winning all of their post spawns.
Allowing the feel of the big match to carry them away in some of these spots where otherwise perhaps, especially for LEV during the regular season, they might have maintained a bit more composure.
I think that could be the case with best of fives as well. Often the most winning element isn't necessarily sometimes the strats that you bring in or the form factor. It's about how long you can hold on, that endurance test as well. Making sure you don't crumble under the pressure of potentially seeing that trophy across the stage, looking to the side and understanding that you are literally one match away from lifting it.
And G2 with their money being so low, the eco. So 2 chances, and you would say the LEV are pretty good for this one. At least gun-wise. Dude, Trent's not even buying anything into it.
And that's the map that LEV have been banning recently. Anything still possible from here?
That guy's full classic.
For a barn burner here for the finals.
I mean, we could easily be in for overtime as well.
Nice pass again. Loves to be posted up here onto this angle again. Will respect the smoke into his face. A little bit too many angles.
What a shot. Dude, he could have actually had multiple. Not sure about the swing from King, but yeah, Valen's done great to actually get through the choke point.
Now the second round of things once more. It's a rolling thunder.
Oh boy, he's going to send it through the molly. And he got tethered. How the hell is he alive? He went through the Viper molly, ate a tether, and he's still good?
That's insane to go for Aspas and Mazzino. First of all, what on earth was King up to? And then they decide to commit 2vx into the retake.
Yeah, I mean,
ignoring the fact the common techs are miles away on the other side of the map. Mazzino and Aspas are just like,
wait, he was going for a TP?
I mean, that is, I think to a certain degree as well, the difference between maybe just playing to win rather than playing not to lose. In scenarios like that, Leviatán, they've been guilty of freezing up in moments of lack of hesitation. There was none of that there.
He was what?
Straight to him, G2. Still 1 round away from closing.
Angel, yeah, somewhere at home just smiling.
To get that extension into OT.
He was naded? Yeah, but bro, you gotta just have your gun out there. That's mental.
He's gonna look for it.
His kill trip's a little bit deeper as well, just in case there is that backside control for him, but it's reveled up, at least by the Prowler. Cage forwards.
Okay, one chance, and chat, they haven't been able to retake this. They have not been able to retake this site, and it just got a little bit harder.
Oh boy,
it's gonna be a tough retake.
It's gonna be difficult. They want to try and go for this one.
Okay, that helps. Yeah, and the ult is unbelievable. Get to find where everyone is, and it's a lob down to King over towards door, surely. At least they killed Jonah P. No ult. Bro, King is chilling, taking his time all the time. He has not given away his spot yet. Omen Flash is so good. Damn, bro. What a solid round. I think that's the first retake they've won, I swear. It just hasn't been going well for the retakes. Shout out to King here. He was taking his time the whole time. Omen flashed in, allowed the kill from sight.
The timing, the patience from King adore. He was waiting there.
Yeah, Tex did great, and then they managed to get the Viper. Oh, Tex. What a god.
I think that made all the difference. Yeah. If you've got a duelist inside a pit that takes out the first player and maintains that space on the map, you are probably winning the post plan. Tex slams a dagger into G2. Little bit of revenge. And takes his team to overtime, 12-12. What a recovery from Leviatán. Look at all of those rounds. 4 out of the last 5 that were played on this map.
And gets the Odin out. Yeah, much damage he does here.
Like the thing that can make the difference just yet.
When he gets into OT as well, it's anyone's game. The nuances, the differences that have just been piling up, building all sorts of little bits of conditioning, sometimes just go straight out of the window.
Trent's been trying to make his position work inside tree, but he's more been trying to just lure out the utility. He has been backing off and giving respect every time that door's opened.
Not choosing to fight it. G2 though, anchoring it down here. They're doubled up and holding. There's at least a horn that's sent flying.
Think back to LEV's attack side. It was the A hits that were working. Nothing else really was finding too much value, but the A hits were great.
Exactly, and punishing that flood defense.
This is like the first time Jonah P's been on the site.
An extra element. They all drop down to support and supplement, and at least dropping 2 of the bodies. Aspas decay down. At least to the
You know how I said they were doing a good job of avoiding Jonah P? Jonah P? It's like the first time they actually went to the site that he was at. And that smoke really wrecked them, in my opinion.
13 to 12. One more round to do it.
Switching sides.
You were talking about playing to win, Bren. That round epitomizes it for G2. They have the tiniest gap there before LEV set up into their post plants and start pushing them again. And G2 find that little moment of respite and decide to pounce and put the pressure onto LEV. Not going for those set retakes that they were favoring in the first half. Now LEV go for a very similar setup to what we've seen before. 4 players over here on the A side of the map. Jonah P's gonna back this one up. Can Jonah give enough info to Valen so that they can call the hit on C? This one though, actually looking like it might be a fake C pivot B based on where Jonah and Leaf are playing.
G2.
But I mean, these guys want to go aggro over towards A.
Trip spotted out by the Prowler.
Yeah, and they made sound with it. These two
Generally
heard
speaking,
them.
you do not want to be going for the fake C into a B pivot
Oh
because it
boy.
pulls the A players over.
Oh boy.
Heavily committed. Side by side.
How are they handling this one? Here to tell you what, if they get a smoke out of them.
A minute left. That's a one-way, or at least the smoke propped up. I'm not too
Okay,
sure.
so he's gonna have an idea once he sees that smoke. The fact that it was so high, they knew that you would know that he swings with it.
High-low setup there going.
There.
Aspas and King.
Yeah, now they gotta try and push through their own smoke. Like, you could probably heavy gamble. Like, I would just leave one here.
Making it feel like they're going back in to take space on Rubble.
Yeah, I think 11 might be good on this. We'll see.
King
One
reads
kill
it.
trip. There's like a small 10-second, 5-second period where G2 can just
The LEV players
own
can
everyone
set
on
up
C site.
so quickly to flood
30
defend on
seconds
C and help Tex.
A lot's going to be asked of him. Tex.
It's good
but
flash,
angry
good
spot as
util.
well. Stalwart defender out through the back of the site. It's a cacophony of util up into his face, and he can't quite do it still. The players are there, the door's open wide, and Aspas and Mazzino will at least seek to deliver a bit of respite. 13 seconds left, the plant needs to start going down.
Aspas is going around the wall, nicely done from Mazzino, gets his ult, doesn't stop the plant though, but that really means that Aspas can just send it.
Everybody's blinded up, nobody can
And he
stop
does.
it.
Dude, Mazzino is
Once more.
unreal right
Stay
now.
alive.
Look at some of the stuff he's doing.
13 to 13.
All about the map control. All about the excellent calling there from King. They have
Yeah,
full
this
walk
this
over
push on
towards
A really owned it
Deep
for them,
info
yeah.
at Rubble.
Switching sides.
And Valen
Overtime.
calls for his team to throw the horn, to pop all the Viper util, and make it feel like it could be an A re-clear. That's supposed to keep Leviatán players on A. And King calls his bluff. Jumps over the top of it. There's no one here, guys. Go get ready to defend C or B. Beautiful call. Excellent read. The two Omens playing the mind games, and we go again in overtime.
Over towards A again. This time, Jonah P towards C.
Heavy committal at the backside of A.
Oh, he's already got past the wall. Wait, that's a big
There's
win.
layers to it.
That's a big win.
Leviatán.
And they're going to see no smoke here, so they're going to think no...
Aspas.
Oh, the person further back shot
knowing that
this?
the teammates
This is interesting. They're going to think there's no
breaking that
Viper
utility,
here.
glides away,
It
but
might
just
have a good read
quite
onto this
dodged that
one.
the Prowler's
3
still
people have to
connected.
leave. Do we see that Jewel in this
Up as
box
well,
again?
that's way to sound cues. Here's Aspas in for the back of the side again. There's no heaven smoke. Valen is way ahead of the rest of his team and they're trying to supplement and support still. It's a crossfire setup that is not expected.
Mazzino again, great flash on this one. Keep an eye on the Luck as well. Luck can secure this. Com low HP.
It's definitely a chance to
Oh
respond.
my.
Maybe he can make it winnable and doable, but just backs away to Haunt. Makes the decision easy.
He's got another ult, bro. This guy keeps getting ults in overtime. Yeah, shout out to Tex. It was a late Luck on this one. Man, Mazzino.
Collapses. Straight onto him now. This time, Leviatán. 1 round ahead, 1 step to close out the map.
If Leviatán end up winning here on Lotus, on the map that they have usually been banning, they have, broadly speaking, one guy to thank, and it is Mazzino. Back-to-back rolling thunder.
Yeah, back to back ults in overtime is ridiculous.
32 kills.
Yeah, it's a really good timeout because they got to work something out here.
He isn't just
Mazzino is on one. Yeah, dude, where's the guy in the chat earlier who said that he doesn't show up in big games?
Long period of time. way ahead of everybody else, outperforming.
Gotta be hanging your head in shame after that one. He was right about Shanghai though, so he was slightly onto something, but
absolutely been unleashed by
it's the wrong time. Yeah.
Like he was caged, trapped a little bit within the structure of LEV.
Bus is trying to find his comment. Delete it. Yampy, hello mate, how we doing? One after they eat today.
Some of these spots, he's just been monstrous.
I don't remember.
Synergy that he's had in the tail moments of many of these rounds. I mean, the lack of hesitancy to go for
Did I have like a cheeseburger? I think? It was ages ago. I slept. I haven't eaten since I woke up though. That's
Broadly
the thing.
speaking, LEV's defense strategies have been
I ate
working.
after
They've
Pacific.
stacked
It was so
4
long
players
ago.
A. They make sure that G2 cannot take rubble, and then when G2 end B or C, LEV
32. 32 to 15 as well. he only has 15 deaths. Oh my god, he's going nuts.
You might at this point need to genuinely re-clear rubble instead of just faking that you're doing it and ending A.
Very passive hold here initially by G2. Again, Jonah P. Question's going to be asked of him. How much of that util did he hear? How much is going to be calling for the rest of his team? Adjustments already being made. LEV, triple stacked up. 3 players now. Make sure they can try and clear the front section of B.
It's looking so similar from G2.
Jonah P and Leaf themselves are also holding this one. This is a cheeky angle.
Oh my.
Just misses it. Turret takes contact, still to fight.
Do they think Leaf's close?
Aspas
is on top of it, man. Leaf.
And again, what timing does he choose to take? Again, yeah, with the
oh my god, do they tunnel vision too much? Mazzino again. Again, he gets another. That is one of the most standout performances I've ever seen him have. What a time to do it. Yeah, G2 had 2 chances to tuck this away as well. Hamido, thank you so much for the prime. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, thank you. Dude, what a fast map.
G2 had double map veto.